Okie dokie, let's get started building our project. To get started quickly, we're going to start by setting up a new project using the npm init command for SvelteKit. I'm going to use npm init svelte at next, and the folder I want to create the project into is called SpaceX Explorers. Now I'm going to push enter. After pressing enter, I'm going to choose the following options with the SvelteKit CLI. I'm going to choose a skeleton project, no to TypeScript, no to add ESLint for code linting, and yes to prettier for code formatting. Now that's created, I'm going to change directory with cd into SpaceX Explorers. Now I can npm install the dependencies. This command can be shortened to I as well, which is what I'm going to use. Now we have the project created and the dependencies installed, let's take a quick look around to see what we're working with here. I'm going to open up VS Code. And if we take a look at the package.json, we can see our packages are for SvelteKit and Svelte itself, and then the additional package for Prettier and the Prettier plugin for Svelte. We go back up to our scripts here. We've got one to run the development server, one to build the project, and one to preview the project once it's built. There's also an option to lint and format here. You notice there's a squiggly line here to say the string does not match the pattern. So I'm going to call this project SpaceX Explorers. Hit save. A couple of other things just for how I have the project set up here. I'm going to replace these prettier options. A smaller print width, and for the arrow parens here, I'm going to have this as always. This is just for the setup I'm using. You don't have to use this yourself. If we close this and we go over to the source folder here, we have our roots folder and the app.html. App.html is what the project is built into from Svelte. So we have our head component here with some standard meta tags. And then in the percentage signs here, we have the Svelte head. So anything from Svelte, which is created in any of the project components or pages, will be added to this at the end of the build step. And the same for the body here. We have a div with the ID as Svelte and the Svelte body, which will include all of the pages and components of the project. If we go over to the roots folder here, we can see that there's one file which has just got a H1 with welcome to SvelteKit and a P with an A tag in there to visit the SvelteKit documentation. Because we're going to be deploying this project to Netlify via Git, I'm going to need to initialize Git on the project. I'm going to step over to my terminal, do git init. Once that's done, I'm going to step back over to VS Code here, and you see that the files have changed color. This means that they are waiting to be committed to Git. So I'm going to use the integrated Git provider in VS Code. I'm going to open that. I'm going to use conventional commits here. I'm just going to put this in as a feature. And init project. Okay. Let's kick off the dev server and take a look at the project as it is currently. So I can use npm run dev. With SvelteKit, you get to pass additional parameters. So you use the double hyphen here, and I can do -- open to open a new browser tab. And I can also select a port as well. So if there was something already running on port 3000, we do port 3333 and hit enter. And here we have the project. Okay, that's it for this one. In the next project, we are going to be building what we have currently and deploying it to Netlify.